see Ole Miss in that zone, trying to keep the ball from going inside, but that's right where South Carolina went from the jump.
Aliyah Boston had a second look at it, but Ole Miss all over her. And you see the starting lineup for the Ole Miss Rebels. Rita Ibokwe is going to get the start today because of how she performed in that last game against South Carolina.
She was willing and able to battle with Aliyah Boston, but I want to keep track of Angel Baker, how many shots she takes and makes from the elbow area. That's her spot.
Victoria Saxton underneath the basket. She was shut down by Ibokwe. Look, Ibokwe had a career-high 6 blocks in the first meeting against South Carolina.
Why would you not put her in the starting lineup if she's playing defense like that? Because Brea Beal has played fantastic defense all season long.
I'm going to raise you and say all her career long.
Well, that is true.
So that's what got her in the starting lineup as a freshman. Madison Scott looking for the bank, and it rattles out. Why is this 1-3-1 defense tricky for South Carolina so far?
Well, because it's not a traditional 1-3-1. If you watch, right now, Angel Baker is playing the middle. Normally, it's a smaller player that would be in the back, go corner to corner. You're going to watch Baker, how she moves around and tries to help out inside, but nobody was there to help on Aliyah Boston.
Maya Taylor coming off the screen, hitting Angel Baker. Short on the jumper, rebound by Boston.
But where'd she take that shot? Right in that elbow area. She loves that area of the floor.
Boston on the trail, they'll swing it over to Beal. Brea Beal gets stripped on her way up for the layup. Once Shakira Austin, the grad transfer, came in and graduated last year, she was a 3rd pick in the WNBA draft. And Coach Yo just reloaded.
She keeps an eye out, and she doesn't just take players that decide to go in the portal because they're unhappy. She looks at players and which ones will fit in her system. She knows what she's looking for. She said it's kind of like when you go shopping online, you put it in the cart, you just don't push purchase.
Brea Beal is fouled, count the bucket. She has become much more than just a defender. Brea Beal at the free throw line. She came out and hit a couple of big threes.
And it was because of the tenacity that she had on the defensive side of the ball. And she has now continued to grow her game, shooting the 3, attacking off the bounce. So both sides, Brea Beal is an impact.
Bucket by Marquisha Davis. Brea Beal projected to be a top 10 WNBA draft pick too. We're going to see a few of those projected top 10 picks today. Of course, Aliyah Boston projected number 1. Boston, 3 players on her. Not a problem. Snowda Collins in the game. One of the talented shooters for Ole Miss.
Aliyah Boston already 3 rebounds.
Zia Cooke, she knew it! Snowda was looking for Madison Scott.
Kiera Fletcher immediately, she grabbed her leg.
Fletcher. Now, what was the word Dawn used with us when we asked about Kiera today? Flourishing.
She was flourishing.
I loved it.
Yes.
The crowd, it was an SEC record for Ole Miss when it comes to attendance.
Yeah, it was over 6,500 people that were there. The excitement for women's basketball.
And you hear the cheers, Camila Cardoso coming in for the first time for the Gamecocks.
When 6-7 comes in, life gets a little easier for the Gamecocks because Aliyah Boston can step out, they can lob it up, Camila can go to work.
The SEC 6th Woman of the Year, Camila Cardoso, averaging almost 10 points and almost 9 rebounds a game off of the bench. Their bench production is incredible, 37 points off the bench a game. Boston got robbed on that one. That was in and then popped out.
Well, Boston didn't recognize. She had the left side wide open.
Baker misses on the drive. Up ahead to Zia Cooke by herself. She got loose. 4 points for Cookie.
Like that two-hand advance pass by Camila Cardoso.
South Carolina trying to make its 8th finals appearance. For Ole Miss, it would be their 3rd, but the first since 1983.
Wow.
Zia Singleton coming in. Excuse me. That's Alana Eaton.
She is the one that will be covering out. South Carolina keeps their, or Ole Miss keeps their bigs in, but Zia Cooke is knocking it down from outside.
7 points now for Zia Cooke. Much different day than yesterday. She was 1 for 10 from the field. There's Zia Singleton. Raven Johnson's going to pull things back. If you're just joining us, Brea Fletcher went down with an injury. Brea Beal. Is it the last 4 total possessions have all ended in a three-pointer?
I love it. We saw some defensive battles getting to this point. The offense coming. I'm all about it.
Going to put Marquisha Davis at the free throw line. First free throws for Ole Miss today.
Brea Beal gets into foul trouble. What does she do? Go to Bree Hall. And Breezy you have
to change first names.
And it and what Bree Hall brings to the floor is a defensive presence.
Bree Hall number 23 in white. They call her Breezy. Laeticia Amihere in the high post. Trying to drive in, and now she'll go to the free throw line. We didn't spend a ton of time on it, but we thought that it would help us challenge them, and it certainly did.
Oh, it definitely worked.
Back up top to Singleton. Angel Baker, 10 seconds now. Angel Baker. Look at South Carolina's numbers, sharing the basketball, 8 assists on 8 made field goals. Camila Cardoso, free throw line. Not something that's new, of course. Ravens used to coming in and speeding things up.
Kiera Fletcher, very cool, calm, and collected. Raven Johnson, when she comes in, she's like putting hot sauce on your meal. She spiced things up. It gets really speedy when she comes in the game.
That's how it is calling a game with you.
Yeah. You know, you always got to bring a little cayenne, put a little cayenne on it.
Madison Scott drives back out to Baker on the baseline short. Brea Hall just got pushed to the floor by Laeticia Amihere. Count it!
Laeticia Amihere is 6'4", can play the point. She kept her eyes focused. I'm not sure if Madison Scott, was she moving forward or was her foot in the restricted area?
Now, once you establish that legal guarding position, you can move laterally, you can move back, you cannot move forward. And because that play started outside of the lower defensive box, the restricted area would be in play, but they ruled a block.
Yeah, it looked like, though, Amihere might have dipped her shoulder a little bit. That may have been what Coach Yo was upset about.
Nevertheless, it's a foul on Madison Scott, her first. Shot clock still on for Ole Miss. Seconds. Maya Taylor's got to go. Two, 1. Shot clock violation. South Carolina's top 5 scoring defense on display. And Amihere's team will be
of talent that Dawn Staley has brought in.
Did you see that point differential?
Oh, it was almost 30 points a game.
That they're winning games by. That's incredible.
You know, the standard used to be, first it started with Pat Summitt in Tennessee. Then it was Connecticut that were beating teams that way. Now it's South Carolina. Yeah, we're going to see Kim Mulkey, who won 3 national championships at Baylor. She's got LSU in the semifinals. They'll play later today.
Yeah, they're the number 2 seed in this tournament for the 2nd straight year, both under Kim Mulkey. So we'll see them take on Tennessee about 30 minutes after this game is over.
That's the impact that Camila Cardoso has, that reach that she has. She's either blocking shots or altering them.
Raven Johnson pulling up with the logo, no. Marquisha Davis now. Elbow, and Cardoso's right there.
So when you have a player like Camila Cardoso, you feel real comfortable giving Aliyah Boston some minutes to take a break. Look at her, right there, 6'7". Cardoso on the glass.
Over everybody. Kiera Fletcher is back on the bench. That's why you hear the crowd cheering. Yeah, she's got both shoes on and she's heading to the scorer's table to check in. Johnson, the dish over to Laeticia Amihere, missed it. And she's going to be fouled by Madison Scott. That's her second.
Look, she came from the locker room straight to the check-in table. Dawn Staley said, whoa, wait a minute. Take a second.
She's ready.
Let me check in with
the semifinals.
You can't. Well, if you're Kiera Fletcher, you might. That was one of the biggest pieces at the end of last season that Dawn Staley and her staff were concerned about is how do you replace a player like Victoria Saxton? And when she said she was coming back, that had to be a sigh of relief.
Bucket for Laeticia Amihere. Meanwhile, Ole Miss, last 5 possessions, they've gone 0 for 3 from the field with a couple of turnovers. Looking for the long ball and got it. Dia Singleton. You know, Brooke, talking about pieces like Victoria Saxton, I think it's so impressive how Dawn Staley gets every player to buy into their role because they have a huge bench.
They buy in so much, they're sprinting back out of the locker room to hustle in the game. So that's a buy-in. But you're right, and can you imagine being an all-star in high school and then coming to a program like South Carolina where you might sniff a minute late in a game but still have that much support for the rest of your team? That's how you know you got a good chemistry.
Well, Dawn Staley she's very particular about players that she brings into South Carolina because it is about team, not me. 27.
Brea Boston's going to be at the free throw line. Kiera Fletcher back in. Good to go after getting banged up early in the first quarter.
Fletcher's been playing so well. That Tennessee game, the 2 threes she hit in the corner. The confidence that she has now gained in becoming part of the offense, not just a distributor. Laeticia Amihere. Oh, Baker said, you're not getting that one.
South Carolina #1 in the nation in blocks per game. And Maya Taylor is fouled by Kiera Fletcher. Championship will be Tuesday, 9 Eastern on ESPN. We'll have a day full of championships for you tomorrow, starting with College Game Day is going to be here.
Game Day is going to kick things off. Rebecca Lobo, Andrea Carter, Elle Duncan, Holly Rowe will be in the house tomorrow.
You'll be up there too?
I'll be up there with them. We'll be breaking down what's happening.
And Madison Scott, she's trying to post up Zia Cooke right now. Cardoso, it's hard to shoot over 6-7. Second chance is going to go. Pass taken away in the middle by Ibokwe. Feed it up ahead. There's Madison Scott.
That person, be the woman, be the one that can help Angel Baker score buckets.
Shakira Austin was the 3rd pick in the WNBA draft.
Joe, think about going to full court press and try to force South Carolina into some turnovers.
Baker covered up by Laeticia Amihere. Can't pivot out of it. 5 seconds. Maya Taylor rolls out.
I'd love her 2-hand outlet pass, Camila Cardoso. It's like with the goalies in soccer, that 2-hand overhead pass. She's got that strength.
She has really found her role on the South Carolina team this year. Look at Boston.
Like a ballerina.
Working, working, working.
And Coach Joe's going to have to check somebody in her place.
Singleton Not around Cardoso. Raven Johnson up ahead to Laeticia Amihere, and she's fouled by Angel Baker. She took some time over the summer to spend with her family. She's originally from Brazil, started her career at Syracuse. She was ready to put in the work. It's paying off right now in the postseason.
You can see it. She's in terrific shape. You see that more confidence, and she's demanding the basketball more instead of deferring and saying, oh, it's supposed to go to Aliyah. No. Camila Cardoso was like, give it to me.
Angel Baker swish! We've got Boston and Cardoso on the blocks now for South Carolina.
Well, especially when you have Baker guarding Camila Cardoso, you got to get her the basketball. Uh-oh.
Stuffed!
The top shot blocking team in the country. Even when you think you've got to look, it's not quite going to be that open.
Think again.
The agility of Camila Cardoso in her defense. So impressive.
Sure. Zia Cooke, 6 seconds now. Turned it over. Maya Taylor up ahead to Snooda Collins. And didn't get the shot off in time. South Carolina, and Dawn Staley told us they weren't ready for it. I mean, Ole Miss is a man-to-man team. They spent about 30 minutes working on the zone and then played it against South Carolina, but this time the Gamecocks ready for it.
Well, I'm sure that Ole Miss had to talk about, because they were going with cutters, and an overload coverage and then putting big size on the backside of their offense.
Brooke, what did Coach Yo have to say coming out of the locker room?
You know what? Not a whole lot, but exactly what she told us this morning was, this isn't us. We've got to show up. And that was her big word that she said this morning. But what I did like, though, was Angel Baker was one of the first ones out of the locker room. Stopped, turned around, and made sure she dabbed up everybody, just saying, hey, come on, Red, let's get it going.
Well, Aliyah Boston, Brooke, just tied the rebounding record at South Carolina. 6 in this game. She has 1,427 to tie Sheila Foster, who is in the crowd watching this game. They'll wave off the bucket. The foul occurred before. There's Sheila.
And having a great time. She is always happy every time I see her. And she is so excited about the success that Dawn Staley has continued to really bring to the community of Columbia, South Carolina.
Maya Taylor for 3. Madison Scott, Coach Yo told us she was going to be a key piece today, but unfortunately picked up 3 fouls in the first half.
And they can. It doesn't matter what position you play for South Carolina, they can defend it all over the floor.
Angel Baker heaves up a shot with the shot clock winding down. One-on-one for Zia Cooke. Free throw line, here she comes. Zia Cooke has really grown into her own this season. I mean, she came in a highly touted player, part of the freshies. Baker got to her shot, but didn't have any room to shoot. Great Halchek's in to replace Zia Cooke. Cooke leading South Carolina with 12 points. Ole Miss 0 for 8 to start the third quarter. Too much traffic. Victoria Saxton saves it back over to Brea Beal.
She still allows enough distance when she's defending on the perimeter that she still has the ability to alter the shots.
Nice bucket for Taya Singleton, the transfer from Rutgers.
We talked to Coach O about Singleton and what did she bring in after Coach Stringer retired. Ty came to Oxford, and she really, Coach O loves her work ethic that Taya brings.
Yeah, it is non-stop work ethic for Singleton. As Brea Beal hits, she's got 10. Career double-doubles, it seems so easy. Just keeps coming. She's tied for second in the SEC in that category.
The thing I've been so impressed with Aliyah Boston throughout her whole career is she has been inquisitive. She has wanted to find things that she can learn about the game and areas where she can improve her craft. And she has taken her knowledge and then put it into work. And that's why she has become such a great player.
Yeah, Brooke, she came in a great player, and she just gets better and better and better.
You know what I loved yesterday is how you brought up her big smile getting those 5 assists. And, I mean, her rebounding numbers are out of control. Over 1,400 just coming into this game. And you're right, you see her game develop almost into a guard-like vision. She's a communicator. I mean, she's a PG center out there, just running the show.
You will watch Aliyah Boston. You see how she's always talking, communicating on the defensive end and the offensive end. She's pointing to where players need to be. Now there's a lot of conversation of, is she going to be National Player of the Year? They talk about Aliyah Boston. They talk about Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's a lot of talent across the country, but I believe that it should be Aliyah Boston. And especially since right now, you have South Carolina. They're undefeated. They're sitting overall #1 when it comes to what that seeding is going to be in the NCAA tournament.
And they've won 36 straight games. When it comes to National Player of the Year, Brooke, what do you think?
I do think Boston is deserving of Player of the Year. You're talking about women who we're going to see for a long time in the WNBA. And so I get excited when I think about these kind of discussions that have just really shown themselves up in women's basketball to where we can have healthy debates about who the best player is in the court.
You know, Brooke, I love it because there's more than one or two to talk about.
Yeah.
There's so many great, talented players in the women's game.
Angel Baker, already 30 points for the Gamecocks. And Victoria Saxton adding 2 more.
And she still is able to maintain enough balance to get a good shot.
She's always leaping up into the air to get a rebound, to block a shot.
Look how she runs the floor.
Laeticia Amihere does too. Hesitation, go the other side.
But the adjustments that South Carolina has made in and prepared for that zone.
Third time that they've finished 16-0 in the conference. That's the most in the SEC. 4 seconds now. And Cardoso traveled. They go to Maddie Scott. And she's fouled by Ashlyn Watkins. I remember talking to Coach Yo last year about Madison Scott when she was a sophomore, and she called her a franchise player because she chose to come to Ole Miss when it was a program that hadn't won an SEC game.
Well, she was a McDonald's All-American, a player that has played with so much passion, energy. She just has got to get that going and do it on a consistent basis.
Watkins trying to hit at the buzzer. 10 minutes to go.
Describe them when they came in their freshman year is how competitive they were. And they said everybody bought in, didn't have the issues. I'm not getting playing time. They just wanted to win.
Aliyah Boston.
When you, as a coach, you're looking forward to going to practice because you know what you're going to see when you show up at the office. Your players are going to compete. They are ready to learn. They are ready to get better.
South Carolina with a nice lead, but they are in a scoring drought, about 3 minutes without a bucket. Cardoso fixes that.
I believe that Kamilla Cardoso is going to be vital as South Carolina makes their run for a national championship.
Boston's got her double-double. Catching up to Sylvia Fowles, who has the record of 86 double-doubles in a career in the SEC. Boston now with 80. You know, it was cool. We were at practice when Aja Wilson a couple weeks ago during the regular season, he circled up the team and was telling me about expectations in the WNBA and that it's tough and everybody's fighting for your position.
And guys, you think about what it takes after you leave college to dictate your own schedule, right? You're in charge of your workout plan. One of the things I really respect about the way South Carolina and a lot of these programs in the SEC run their business and their way is that they get these players prepared and ready to be independent on their own, to know what they got to wake up and do instead of having someone tell them every part of their day.
That's part of the maturity and grow-up process of college.
Baker tips it away from Cooke. Maya Taylor lay in. And Zia Cooke's going to go to the free throw line. Cooke with 12 points.
And Rakia Jackson of the Lady Vols that played some of their best basketball.
Santa Clara and San Francisco for the right to play in the semifinals on Monday. Aliyah Boston with the block. Laeticia Amihere, 3 players on her. Laeticia Amihere, first time all season that she has scored in double figures in back-to-back games. Did you get it?
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised that Ole Miss, they went zone. They weren't having the same success.
So maybe, right, go back to kind of who you are in that aggressive dog-style man-to-man defense.
Well, and if your team is not bringing the fight, may seem a little intimidated. Camila Cardoso out of the mix in what she's been able to do today.
What she's been able to do today is a double-double, her 8th of the season, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks. South Carolina has 14 blocks. She scores 32% of her points on putback. She's right under the basket. When she gets that rebound, she's taking advantage of it.
When you talk about she's right under the basket, but she does a terrific job of positioning herself to gain advantage over her opponent so that she is able to come up either with the pass or the rebound and get the finish.
What we've seen in this game, and obviously several times this season, when Boston and Cardoso are on the floor together, what do you like most about that lineup for South Carolina?
Well, I love it when Dawn goes with Boston, Cardoso, and then she'll have maybe Brea Beal, Laeticia Amihere at the point, Bree Hall, the length.
1 of 2 with a double-double tonight. That young lady right there, Aliyah Boston, has the other. 10 points, 11 rebounds. Aliyah Boston becoming the all-time leading rebounder in South Carolina history today.
Cardoso put in that kind of work in just 25 minutes.
Raven Johnson.
And now we're getting a peek into the future of South Carolina.
What do you see?
Well, you've got talent.
Delaysia Cooper subs in for Raven Johnson, and she'll run things. That's another one of the freshmen this year. She was number 18 overall and a McDonald's All-American. Bree Hall's got to shoot. She does. It'll stay with South Carolina.
And as a post player, you just want to develop. There you go. Chloe Kitts comes in and gets involved.
And Chloe Kitts enrolling mid-year for South Carolina. Just her 14th appearance, number 17 in the 2023 class. This is a much different game than the first time that these two faced off. Ole Miss pushed South Carolina to overtime in the regular season. But the Gamecocks ready for it today on the SEC stage in the semifinals. Ashlyn Watkins.
And it looks like they are heading to the SEC Finals tomorrow.
A 10-0 run. Sanaya Fagan. Here come the Gamecocks once again.